These are the fun ones. Okay, so say, I allow myself to receive love.
I allow myself to receive love.
Pull strong. Okay, and what is you nodded? You kind of goes, yeah. All right, you kind of knew that one. Did you know that one?
Yeah.
You kind of knew that you needed to. She knew that she needed to work on receiving love. Okay, and sometimes we know things. We do a lot of stuff, but it may not necessarily change it. That's why it's so wonderful to be able to measure: did our mantram work, or our prayer, or our affirmation? As I told you, affirmations sometimes absolutely don't work. That because we have a belief system that rejects the affirmation, and it in the subconscious belief system always wins. You can't override it. It's very hard to override. You can, I shouldn't say that. You can override it with ecstatic experience, sometimes hypnosis, sometimes very unusual forms of prayer. There are ways to override the unconscious, subconscious. You can change it, but the percentage chance of doing that is very small. The percentage of this changing it is way higher, way faster. That's what I get excited about. It's not that nothing else works, because that's not true. It's just that I've never seen anything work this quickly and this predictably, nor have any of the doctors that are working with me. Everybody is pretty much concurring. This is extraordinary because it's reproducible and it's fast. That's what's wonderful about it. Okay, now here's the fun one, or a couple of them. So we got, I allow myself to receive love isn't right what it ought to be, right? Okay, now how about this one? Turn your eyes up and to the left. Pull toward me. Pull strong. Say the phrase, I am destined to draw troubled men into my life. And give me strength. Pull hard. Okay, let's try it again. I am destined to draw troubled men into my life.
I am destined to draw troubled men into my life.
Pull hard. And it's rock solid. That's what the response we get. Most of the time, this is my joke, and no disrespect to that great lady of influence, Oprah Winfrey. I call this my Oprah Winfrey flower. If she knew that there was a frequency that changed this for women, I think she would jump up and down. I do every time I use it. This is a miracle. This thing's absolutely astonishing. That you can have this, and I've had so many testimonials from women that the latest one occurred just a few days ago. I gave this to a woman. She'd had a guy hanging around her that she didn't really want to be there, but she never really put her foot down. Because I said, you know, if you don't want him there, you really do control that. She said, no, he's very persistent. So I got a call from her. There's a first new patient. I mean, she was a new patient visit. I sent her home with this stuff in a mixture. And I think it was that evening, or was the next day, I got a call from her. She said, you're never going to believe what happened. I said, well, tell me. She said, well, I took the stuff home, and I got to my house, and, you know, who shows up? This guy shows up. And he said, what have you been doing? She said, well, I went to see Dr. Davis, and he gave me this stuff. And he was curious, so he went over, and he took the bottle, and he opened it, and he went, well, it doesn't have much of a smell, but the energy of it comes out, absolutely, when you open the bottle. She said, you won't believe what happened. She said he closed the thing up, made some weird comment, and stormed out. She said, I've never seen anything like that in my life. And not only that, whenever that's happened, he always calls within about 15 or 20 minutes and apologizes. He's a little bit unstable. But she said, it's been like the whole night, and he hasn't called. So we're going to see. Now, she's taking it also. She is taking it. So she set up a resonant frequency that's going to stop that from happening. She's setting up a frequency, or clearing the frequency, that can draw. So these are called attractor fields. That was sort of discussed in the movie The Secret, and it's been discussed in other things. That we set up field energies that attract things to us. And they can attract unproductive things, or they can attract productive. Well, this has a field energy which stops poor relationships. Who could have figured that out? Certainly not me. It was in the flower, and I happened to find it. As I have with all of these things, it's all been an inner guidance here. But anyway, so I am destined to draw troubled men into my life, right? Okay, keep your eyes, turn them up, pull toward me, pull strong. Say, I am destined to draw troubled men into my life.
I'm destined to draw troubled men into my life.
Okay, now it doesn't feel like you're pulling. Try it again. Say, I'm destined to...
I'm destined to pull troubled
I'm destined to draw.
I'm destined to draw troubled men into my life.
Pull strong. Nothing there. You got it? I mean, right? It's not strong. Okay? It shifted it that quickly. So that's how you see I talk about the dating experience. If you had people doing that, they wouldn't be drawing the same kinds of things that they've always been getting. It would totally change the dating experience. All right, and so now we want to do, I allow myself to receive love. Would that be a good one for you? Would you like that? Okay, that's Abundant Life 1. Okay, say, I allow myself to receive love.
I allow myself to receive love.
Pull hard. Let's try it one more time. I allow myself to receive love.
I allow myself to receive love.
Pull hard. Yeah. So what happened? It's strong, meaning it's coherent, meaning her subconscious mind now believes that. So what would happen if we put you together with allowing yourself to receive love and not allowing you to pull in troubled relationships? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah? Would that be good? Okay, wonderful. Good. The pattern, that pattern of Maroon Bethroot for women, and actually not just women, it's men as well, but it seems to be, it is a flower that traditionally was always used for women's problems. It was, herbally it was used for mostly gynecological problems, but it was used for women primarily. So it just seems to have a huge relationship to women, but I use it for men as well. Okay?